going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video and back again in BGC, and today I'm gonna do a little bit of a challenge. It's already 41 degrees Celsius, but I'm gonna walk from here, from Bonifacio Global City, all the way to Greenfield. Probably gonna use the shortcut and pass EDSA. You guys wondering why I'm wearing this. It is hot outside, so I feel this would be a good way for me to protect from the heat. You know, first time I wear it in my head. But you know, trying out a different style, but a little nervous just because of the heat. You know, the heat here in the Philippines, it's different, but I love walking around, so I'm gonna walk around there and see what's going on. So without further ado, join me. You can see it's past 11 in the morning. Around 12 or 1 is when that heat is gonna kick in. So I'm gonna use a shortcut right here. And Greenfield is also a really cool neighborhood right across Ortigas, kind of between the borderline of Mandaluyong and Pasig. I've filmed there a few times. It's not too big, but I think it's also a cool area. And the good thing about Greenfield, you have access to the MRT line. I think there's literally like almost 2 stations nearby, so it can connect you for different parts of Metro Manila. This is the shortcut that would take you right next to BGC. Once you make it right, you know, you got a lot of food options. Literally all the workers going in here to grab a bite. So not too busy now, but I think like in about 30 minutes, it'll start picking up here and people will come and grab themselves a bite. But yeah, let me walk all the way towards the other side to see what can I find. And then over here, not too busy. So right now you see I've filmed here like 2 or 3 times. But this is a neighborhood happening right next to BGC, and it borders Taguig City and Makati. But it's really very cool, you know, because it has a lot of trees. They have sari stores. And I'm pretty sure if you come in the afternoon, it's gonna be actually pretty busy. So just giving you a preview and showing you how can I shortcut straight into EDSA. Another way you could shortcut for EDSA is going by 32nd Street in Bonifacio Global City and walk straight towards Kalayaan, a little bit forward, and then you end up in EDSA by the Makati area. But if you want to go towards Makati, it's not really much of a that side, so the best way to shortcut if you want to go towards Makati is taking McKinley Hill Parkway, which it passes by Forbes Forbes Park, which is pretty upscale area. So highly super secure area, but it's a way that you can shortcut to another neighborhood if you're by feet or bicycle. And once I make it here, I make it right, and it's Jacinto Street. And it'll take me into Kalayaan and then Guadalupe. But here, like I said many times, this is kind of like the main street of South Sambo. Like this will connect you into Kalayaan, and then the little tiny street that will get you into the shortcut right into Bonifacio Global City. And you'll see like a lot of shops, a lot of restaurants. I mean, I think a little bit later it'll get actually more busier with the tricycles and motorbike. But it's a pretty nice community that literally has it all within walking distance. And they probably have, you know, food, but much more affordable than in Bonifacio Global City. Here we got like a bakery. I bet they sell some pretty good pan de sal. And this is another entrance of another barangay right here. Wonder what's going on here. I see so many people queuing up. Oh, it's a carinderia. That's how you know a place is good, when you see a lot of locals lining up to get products. And I always get stares, regardless of what, but I think the scarf that I'm wearing on my head for the heat is attracting more attention, even from miles away. So, then you got Barangay, I think Barangay Pitogo, I'm not sure. And there's another street, and at the end you can see the high-rise buildings of Bonifacio Global City. This will take you straight down into the hill. But this is the way that I can shortcut to the other side easily. So we're gonna pass the MRT in Guadalupe. Somebody suggested me that I should film like how to take it over there, and I've taken this route like a million times, so I thought why not, so I'm gonna pass over that way. I'm just gonna be scared when I walk by the bridge that divides the Pasig River towards Boni Street, because I'm a little scared of heights, but I'm gonna try my best to do it, guys. I think going into Kalayaan and Guadalupe is easy because we're down the hill. Coming back is where the edge is gonna be. I'll probably take an Angkas on my way back. Like I was looking at Angkas from where I live in BGC towards Greenfield. It's only like 66 pesos, so that's not bad. And I've never taken an Angkas, so might give it a try. This is Kalayaan, which is pretty busy, but the safest way for me to cross is on the other side. They have the light over there, so I'm gonna use it in my favor to cross towards the other side of the street. Just gotta watch my step. And the ceiling too, since I'm a little bit over 6 feet. Once again in Guadalupe. Like I say, I'm just showing you the shortcut that I'm walking. I'm gonna concentrate more on my filming once I head it towards the Greenfield District. Maybe I'll show you a little bit of Shaw Boulevard, depending how I feel with this weather. But yeah, you already saw this in some of my previous videos, because I've done this route multiple times. Like I say, Guadalupe is actually a really beautiful neighborhood that I like, and it's right in Makati. This taking is good. This is actually a very fast route to get towards EDSA. I can literally just shortcut, but I've been blessed. Even though the numbers are high in temperatures, there's actually like a little breeze and it's not too sunny, so it's kind of helping me a little bit, you know, to protect from the heat. I checked, it was like 105 degrees Fahrenheit, which is roughly like 40, 41 Celsius. But there's been other years where it got even worse. And if you go like outside of Metro Manila to the province, it could be 44, 45, so that's pretty brutal. And then here we're not too far from the train station, the ferry terminal, and EDSA. It'll get a little busier ahead of me. This is the bustling Guadalupe. Now I made it back again in EDSA. You got Rockwell, Makati right behind me, even though this is Makati too. And at this time, like I say, it's a good time to drive in EDSA because the traffic just runs smoothly. But I'm gonna pass the bridge on the other side, which I'm scared to do it, but I'll do it. And then the other side should be a couple of modern high-rise buildings. And then over here is the MRT station. So if you were to live in Uptown BGC, this would be like your best route for now. But in the future, they're making a subway station that's gonna have an entrance in Kalayaan. But here's the MRT station, so that's the way to get from Uptown to the MRT. But I'm gonna push it forward towards Greenfield, like I said before. Now, I don't know how clear you can see it. Pasig River's over there, and then those are other buildings, and a little behind that is Greenfield District. So I'm gonna walk and cross that bridge, which I'm a little scared to do so, but hey, no backing up, let's do it though. I think my trick is gonna be don't look to the sides or look down or up. The thing is that this sidewalk is actually pretty tight though, so. But a lot of people, they manage. I'll tell you, Filipinos are resilient no matter what. This is the sidewalk, but there's so many lanes. They can literally widen up the sidewalk a little bit more and make it more bike friendly. That we're gonna be passing over Pasig River, which I've done many times in the old part of Manila, where they got a Pasig River Esplanade, and it's gorgeous. I don't think there's anything that holds up, so I'm gonna be visible to the river. That's what makes it even more scary. I literally made it. There goes an ambulance. I didn't want to film when I was crossing the bridge, man. I was panicking a little bit, especially going by the river, but I made it. Here is the Guadalupe bus station. I think this over here is Mandaluyong. I could be wrong. But yeah, entering Mandaluyong, which I filmed already some parts of Mandaluyong. Mandaluyong is a very good area also in Metro Manila. It has a couple of business districts. Part of Ortigas, especially the Mega Mall area, is in the Mandaluyong side. Then the other side is in Pasig. But then they got this is like Bonnie Street, they got other parts like Shaw Boulevard. So you know, they got a couple of cool areas out here. I passed in here many times driving or in the Grab, and now I'm walking it by feet. So I shouldn't, whoa, I almost fell. So I shouldn't be that far from Greenfield. Here, I think this is a hotel. And you'll start seeing a lot of developments going on over here. I think they have a lot of call centers. I also noticed expats around here. I guess they live around here and they work. But that's like another of my observation. And then more ahead should be the Bonnie Street MRT line. More ahead will be the Shaw Boulevard. So you got multiple lines throughout this area. And it seems like they're going hardcore, building another tall building right here. And over here, still EDSA, but here they're building, I guess, a lot of residential units. So no matter where you're going, Metro Manila, they're literally developing and developing and developing. But I think that's what makes the city actually interesting, to see so many things happening out here in nature. Not too many people walk around here, and even less foreigners. But maybe when they develop more units, you'll see more people back and forth. Over here used to be something called Pioneer Street. Oh, it's more ahead. That's like one of the main streets of this area. I think I did film there a little bit. I could probably go there and then shortcut through EDSA. I mean, shortcut for Greenfield. Look at all the developments going on right here. It keeps going all the way in the back. And then in the end is another cool neighborhood called Capitolio. So that was actually Pioneer Street. It will take you to the other side. Capitolio, then the little street that will take you to 8th Avenue in Bonifacio Global City. So a lot of streets, they have shortcuts and good ways to get around. But I feel like if you were walking, this is probably like the best route. That's why I'm kind of making this video to show you, that it's possible to connect from many parts of Metro Manila by foot. Here it gets busy. This is one of the MRT stations, and you can literally connect it to this mall over here. It's not too big, this mall, nothing crazy, but it's cool to look at. Like, they got the condos, new buildings being built up all over. This is called Light Mall, and I think they're doing like a little expansion in the other side at the end. And then a little bit forward should be Greenfield, which I say is a cool neighborhood. It wouldn't be another option for me to live, but I already live in BGC, and there goes the MRT, as you can see. Pretty cheap and fast way to get around EDSA. Goes all the way towards Quezon City by North Avenue. So this right here is a mixture of residences and condos. So it's cool, because imagine if you live in the condos, and then you could go down and hit the mall, get any necessities, even medical. A lot of the malls in the Philippines, it's not just a mall, it's literally like a city. They have like medical facilities. There goes that too. The ambulance, they have like doctors, dentists, so you can literally do it all under one roof. There's more going on. You see this development, super tall. So I guess if you live on the top, you're probably gonna have like some great views of the metro part of Manila. So, and then I think over here they're gonna develop like something new. So in a few years, I'm looking forward to this district to see the developments and everything happening out here. Pretty excited. Seems like here next to me, not only they're building the new condos I'll show you, but maybe they're building an extension of the mall underneath, because I see some renderings, and I think it's gonna be cool. I tell you, the Philippines, they really take the malls to another level, and they got a lot of great restaurants indoors. Compared to the malls back in the States, like I live in New Jersey for 15 years. New Jersey has the second largest mall in the United States, and it's nothing comparing to malls around here like Mega Mall, Mall of Asia, Glorieta, and I can keep naming and naming. Even SMC side, Cebu City, that mall was impeccable and huge. This is some of the buildings over here. But I see a lot of potential with EDSA. They can widen up the sidewalks a little bit more, make the bike lane more friendly. If they make that happen, I'll probably purchase a bike and bike around EDSA. Here comes another MRT. Choo-choo. It's been a minute since I still got my beep tapping card. There goes. It usually gets crowded. I think the ones that get super crowded is the LRT1, right in the heart of Manila. That one's always like jam-packed. Then here, I think I'm kind of semi-officially entering the Greenfield District. This street is called Reliance Street, and they got like a mall over here. So some of the condos in the shopping center, they have another mall more in the other side. I already walk. But I'm gonna explore around this area to see what's going on. They do have some nice looking condos around here, so I want to take a peek from a distance. Like, there are some condos over here ahead. I got to cross the street for a better view, and it looks just like the Manhattan condos in Cubao. Like, the top of the building has like that same architecture design, but it's not really much here. It's just the condos and some parking lots, and then really not much in the street level. So that's why I say it might be much cheaper over here, but then when you get outside, all you're gonna see is literally just probably another unit. That's why I say I think it's worth it to live in areas like Makati or Bonifacio Global City, even if it's a little bit more expensive than your budget. But at least when you go out, there is action happening, there is a neighborhood, there's a lot of things going on there. So, like literally what a city looks like. So like I say, you pay what you get for it. Here, I'm not sure if you can see it clearly, but these are some nice looking condos right here in the heart of Mandaluyong. We're entering more deeper into Greenfield. Ahead of me is one of the longest streets, William Street. Every time when I take a Grab from BGC heading probably towards Cubao, it always shortcuts and goes through William Street, which is kind of like the heart of Greenfield. Like I say, Greenfield, once you get more ahead bordering Ortigas, that's when it gets actually better. And they also have like a food market. I think they open every day in the evening till late night. So, maybe in the future I might check it out. Right now it's just blazing heat. Here, as you can see, scaffolding, and I start seeing the buildings, Ortigas ahead of me. I think this is the other mall that I was showing you guys. They got Light Mall that I just passed, and then Fame Mall is right here, Fame. And then this over here is William Street. And you can see the huge sign that says Greenfield District. They got a restaurant called Nonos, which they have it in BGC, and it's very good food. I'm gonna walk over here to show you a little bit of it. You can see how nice paved the sidewalks are. And I think this is some of the newest buildings that they develop in Greenfield. And you go all the way back there, you take the right, and they'll take it straight into BGC. They got the coffee bean tea leaf coffee shop. Then to my left is Fame Mall, just like Light Mall, and then, you know, right here, it's a mall that takes you all the way into EDSA, then you go all the way up, and it's condos. So people live in residential units, and they can come down here and do their shopping or whatever convenience they can. And then here's a sign that says Greenfield, so I'm just giving you a 360 view. Look at the nice, well-paved sidewalks. And then some of the new modern condos that's being built up. So it seems like the neighborhood is gonna develop even more out here. But I'm gonna keep walking a little bit ahead to see what can I find. I know there's like another shopping center and a pedestrian area and the outside, and then I see the street market, the food stalls right here. Which I think right now is closed because it's only like 12 o'clock. But later in the afternoon, it gets actually more busier. So you see the sidewalks are nicely developed, but it's just mostly parking. So I do see a lot of potential in this area right here. You see the sign Greenfield, so this is what composes literally Metro Manila. There's many, many business districts all together or even scattered out. And then that right there is Ortigas, all those tall high-rise buildings. And the other side is the Shangri-La district, where those two buildings are. So, you know, we really got top-notch architecture in Metro Manila too. And this area over here is where they got the food truck area. It's called Food Truck Fest. So tons of food trucks all together. So like I said, probably in the afternoon is better. Since I don't live too far, maybe one day I'll just take a motorbike and come out here and make a blog. If you guys are literally interested in that, I'll probably make a food blog here trying some of the cuisines. There was actually one joint that I wanted to try, which was a Venezuelan joint where they sell cachapas. I love cachapas, but no longer there anymore. But that was like the main reason I wanted to come here. But I'm pretty sure there's many other options right here. See, they got the sitting areas, you can sit there. This is an entrance right here. And then all the areas that you can grab. And then you come back here, it's where kind of like the shopping area. I'm gonna walk over here and then turn back and show you the other side. It's not really a big neighborhood, but it's pretty cool to look at. Plus I wanna walk by the shade, shelter up from the heat. But that explains why I'm wearing this, to protect my beautiful short hair. It's all good, trying something different out here. And then I like this area, how it looks like. All nice and developed. I forgot what's the name of this. Parka, I think. Looks kind of like a little mall. And then this over here will take us straight into EDSA. And here, thank God for the ceiling. Gonna protect me from the heat. I'm gonna go towards that way in a bit, but I'm gonna show you what it looks like once we make it towards the highway. You know, it's gonna be pretty nice over there. And then this is the EDSA area. You can see how wide the sidewalk is. If you keep going over that way, it'll take us straight into Shaw Boulevard. That's actually the train station. And then you can literally make it into the Shangri-La. And it says Greenfield District right there, so I'm gonna cross the street. We got Pavilion and probably shortcuts in here. Now I'm just gonna walk one block near the train station and then merge in towards the Plaza of Greenfield and see what else is going on and probably call it a day. You know, I already walked from Bonifacio Global City all the way here to Greenfield. Actually a very good walk, you know. I highly recommend that you do it, you know, when the weather's actually a little bit more stable, but it's a good workout and a good cardio. And this over here is Shaw Boulevard, Shangri-La Mall and areas right here. Ortega starts right there. So I'm kind of doing like a block here and then I'm gonna make it towards where the plaza is. Like I say, maybe I'll just wrap it up. But just mostly like residential units and condos all over here. So a pretty chill neighborhood that has easy access to EDSA and the MRT, so, you know, pretty convenient to get around Metro Manila around here. And then ahead of me should be the plaza I'm talking about. And I think in the evening and nighttime is vibrant. Sometimes they be setting up like some food stalls. So, you know, there's a lot of things that they offer for the community out here. And I think that's one thing I like about Metro Manila, all the options that you get around here for people from all walks of life. And you see, it's just literally like a shopping district, but empty lots. And then a couple of condos over that way. Now I'm just shortcutting through the plaza. Oh, they're renovating the plaza, that's cool. So, I mean, they could have really used more trees because, you know, the heat kicks hard right here. This is what they're doing, they're developing it more. I remember last time I came, it was just mostly like grass, but now they're fixing it actually better right here, so that's good to know. And then there's more business ahead of me, and then the big sign that says Greenfield District. Also in the holidays, they set up a big Christmas tree right here. So no matter what time of the year you come to the Philippines, it's always great. But just keep in mind, if you come in April, very hot. So like I said, just keep that in mind, but I still managed to have a good time. And this is it, like I say, not too busy now. And then of course here, Greenfield District. So I'm sure, you know, gotta figure when they have an event here so I can come and check it out and vlog it. And then you can see the brand new condos in my back with a mall attached in the ground level and the first level. And now to wrap up my video, I'm hitting 7-Eleven to grab a refreshment of water for the heat. I wanted to take the Ancas, but I'm in the mood for walking, so I'm just gonna walk right back into Bonifacio Global City. Depending should I push it and vlog it too, to see how the angle looks like going back towards that way. But I really had a blast coming out here. I wanted to do it like yesterday, but I was still tired and drained from my trip from Boracay, so I thought I would do it today. But many other videos I want to make, you know, managing my best, especially with the weather. So for 22 pesos, got myself a bottle of water. 22 pesos, that is roughly between 35 cents or maybe 40 cents. In the USA, this would cost me like at least $2, $3. So, I mean, but this is actually pretty affordable. So I'm gonna get, this is called distilled drinking water. I'm gonna take a sip with this heat because I'm walking all the way back. Like I always like to do in all my videos. Oh yeah, refreshing. Now this wish me luck on my way back walking there. To the other mall that I didn't film, Fame Mall, which is attached by tall condo units. And then you get EDSA highway. You know, kind of semi-part of the Greenfield District. Then Mandaluyong right here, you know. So right now the traffic is pretty smooth. It's not heavy, but come like around 4 or 5 o'clock, and you'll be bumper to bumper. So I am back again in Guadalupe, like literally half the way back towards my home. But I thought I was just wrap up the video over here. You know, it was a good walk, walking from Bonifacio Global City towards Greenfield and doing a little tour around. You know, it's not really a big neighborhood, but it's very good to look at. But I'll start wrapping up the video here, but gonna be filming much more videos around the area. So that was the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.